Shouts out to my people. Shouts out to my people. Sending love, positivity, and good vibes to my people, man. I hope you guys are doing good today. I'm doing great. Today we got a clip of Kwame Brown speaking on Charleston White. Man, I think Charleston White has met his match. Kwame Brown ain't the one to play with. So I hope you guys like the back and forth. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys. Let's get it.
But Charleston White, new money. New money. You had a lot to say, boy. You said I was sober, huh? Well, you a drunk. You look like a drunk. You been drinking that Don Julio lately. I thought you didn't drink. But let's get some of the videos up that you said. You talked a lot of trash, young man. This is y'all community activists right here. Let's see. Community activist time. Let's see what the community activists do in the community. Oh, let's see what the community activists do in the community. Let's see. Community activists. He goes out in the community. He helps kids. But let's see.
Is Charleston White crazy for pulling his strap on DJU?
In Chicago, y'all so much. I keep a gun going for whatever. Niggas don't give a fuck about shit. Nigga, I keep a mother going. I keep a mother going, nigga. I keep a mother going, Chicago. So you better, nigga, what you got going? Man, you
see, Charleston. See, Charleston, what you don't know, Charleston, is I love guns, Charleston. That's what you don't know. One might call me a gun enthusiast, an NRA member. And as I watched you, Charleston, although this looks tough to the average everyday person that don't know anything about guns, but if anybody take a closer look, that boy could have knocked your other eye out your head. Because guess what? When you chambered the round into that firearm, it jammed. That gun didn't even shoot. If you take a closer look and zoom in on that gun, y'all, this fool idiot boy was so mad and enraged, he probably didn't realize that he racked a round into the chamber that already had a round in it, probably, and now the gun is jammed. And if you look at it, the front of the gun is still pulled back. It looks like a FN 57. And he brandished the gun on video and didn't use it. That's against the rules, Charlie boy. So any woman that look at you like they look at me, they don't know what a man is. Because any fool can see that that boy should have knocked your dumb ass out, because that gun will not fire. Let me rewind it back, dummy. Let me rewind it back, dummy. All close to the guy. Dude could have punched you in the eye. You let somebody get that close to you with a gun, and you didn't do nothing.
I keep a mother going, Chicago. You better, nigga,
Look at the front. Look at the front of the gun, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the front of it. Watch when he chambers around. The gun is still. Look at it. It's still right there. If you zoom in on that video, it's not ready to fire. It's still stuck. One-eyed tadpole. You better stop playing tough everywhere you go. This doesn't make any sense for you. A little guy that seemed to be on some type of narcotic. You shouldn't play with weapons.
what you mean what I'm on?
Is Charleston
Example number one. But let's get to what you say before I continuously destroy this fake ass character that you playing online. Because you remember I met you in Atlanta. You was a scared little puppy when you came to Atlanta. See, these rappers scared of you for good reason, because some of them hang with criminals. I don't hang with nobody. I don't hang with criminals. So I'm not scared of a like you. You met your match dealing with me, boy. Your mama joke's not going to work. The only joke you got is about basketball. Same joke everybody else got. You don't see your kids. It ain't for you to see my kids.
Charleston definitely has his hands full messing with Kwame Brown. Kwame went against Stephen A. Smith and the whole NBA media and completely bodied them. So Charleston probably met his match going against Kwame, because Kwame is going to use nothing but facts. He's, athletic, tall. He most likely can fight. He got money. Like, he's checking out all the boxes. So you can't call him broke. You can't use all this stuff. Like he said, he ain't a criminal. And he's going to expose some things about Charleston.
I never said I was coming on YouTube to show my kids. So that's stupid. But, let's get to Charleston White talking about Mr. Brown. That's what you did, boy. You talked about me in a negative way. Very negative. We're going to play what I said about you, and we're going to play your response to see if it fit. And this YouTuber is Celeb Stream. This is probably one of Charleston White buddies. I don't know. But it's Celeb Stream. We're going to play it under fair use. We're going to hear what I said about this one-eyed tadpole, and then we're going to hear his response. Was used. Charleston White found out that you wasn't being no revolutionary, and you're not a revolutionary. You're the same hypocritical guy who did something for pay. You had 18 Ross and Adam 22. You had all these white guys. Not Adam, Vlad. You had Vlad TV. All these people thinking that you were good at first. Vlad saw you and then said F you. You were saying F George Floyd. Not only did 18 Ross use you and made money off of you, same thing with the Black Brothers Say Cheese TV. No matter what you said about somebody black, it was funny. So he think he's some revolutionary because he's pointing out the fact that white people are hypocritical. And again, as if we don't have 1,000 movies that show the hypocrisy of white folks. They used to put us in blackface, Charleston White. They used to make black actors look like a gorilla. They used to only have a depiction of a black woman as a whore. And they would only depict our black men as angry and aggressive and nasty and foul and degenerates. So you acting like you helping black folks by disrespecting Gilly the Kid's son, disrespecting George Floyd, disrespecting the young man, Lil Ronnie or whatever from Texas that took his daughter to the car wash. She got unalive. You disrespected that little girl. Everybody in the world understands that most of the powers that be of the white folks are hypocritical. But you little punk bitch, you do anything for money. You was up there with A.D. Ross and all those white folks saying that black boys are weak. Black males are the weakest males because we get caught up in conversation.
Kwame Brown brings up a lot of great points. Just because Charleston has the character doesn't mean that it's okay. And even though the character is very entertaining to watch, a lot of the things that he says, disrespecting the dead, I get sometimes it's a bigger meaning to why he's saying what he's saying, but at the same time, it's still energy, and he's still putting that energy out into the world. And that is the energy, the same energy that got Charlie Kirk killed. So I feel like, he should reevaluate. He doesn't always have to. I feel like he's big enough to the point where he doesn't always have to go against the grain to go viral. Even though that's his formula, I feel like he's at a level now where, he's doing certain things. He's in comedy. He's doing these interviews. He's going live. So doing the disrespecting thing, he disrespects Nipsey, disrespects Gilly the Kid. He disrespects a lot of people, and I feel like that energy that he puts out, even though he tries to put up the mirror to our culture and society, and we made him. At the same time, he has to take accountability for the part that he plays. He just can't hold up the mirror. He has to also hold that same mirror up to himself.
Not being logical, and those same hypocritical white folks, they let you say this stupid ass because they know you're a dummy and that you need money and that you broke and you've been grifting off the community for forever. How you gonna help the black community by selling weed? The guy, classy lady, selling weed and buying dinners. You gotta help yourself before you help somebody else new money. You gotta help yourself before you help somebody else new money. You the same grifter, and you know everything about these government programs because you was a jailhouse nigga, and that's how you make your money. Oh, I got in trouble. I went to jail. Let me help the kids not go. But now you acting like a kid. Now you act just like the rappers. You put your chain on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Say. You're drinking, you're smoking, you're falling asleep in the strip club, but you still a little bitty weenie dog bitch hiding behind your wife. So all of this fake grifter stuff, you've been making money off being a victim your entire life. If somebody, you argue with big, strong people with two eyes because you handicapped, you got one. So if someone says something to you, then you can get really aggressive because you old and you handicapped. And so I don't fall for it. You made a statement, a comment saying you're going to be in Atlanta soon. Be careful, Charleston White. You're starting to sound like a gangster. See, you can't incite violence in the state of Georgia. You can't tell people where you're going to be and acting like you want a problem. You got to be the little bitty bitch I'm going to tell on you that you are.
Even though I think it's entertaining, I have to agree with Kwame. I don't think that it's cool to go out there and act all tough, tell people to pull up and be yelling and cause a scene. But then when somebody actually does pull up or has a problem or tries to see you, you know, man to man, then you want to pull out mace, then you want to call the cops. It's like, you can't have both. Either you gonna talk that talk or you gonna, you know what I'm saying, be a law-abiding citizen. And this is what gets so confusing is the character and the man. And I feel like this whole identity thing that he's doing, he's able to hide behind either one when it's beneficial for him. And I feel like before he used to, you know, it was a purpose behind why he was doing what he's doing. Now I just think that he's just moving out of ego, he's moving out of pleasure, he's moving off of, you know, the limelight and the money. So I can't fault him for that. But I will say, you know, a man that's chasing pleasure versus a man chasing purpose, you know, the man chasing purpose is always, you know, going to be a little bit sharper. And I just feel like Kwame is more of a man that is on his purpose. Charleston has a good background, but right now he's chasing the women, he's chasing the clout, he's chasing the money, he's buying the chains. I feel like he's getting wrapped up into the fame.
Don't make it seem like you want me to pull up. I'm not a criminal, dummy. I don't pull up. But I bet you my life to a leaf, you won't see me in Atlanta and pull out your little mace. You won't see me nowhere in Atlanta and come get loud with me. I can bet my life to a leaf on that. Because I'll show you real quick, fast in a hurry, what real life and what the internet is not the same. And you know it just as well as I know what I'm talking about. So you could pretend for the internet. But in real life, though, I'm not a criminal. You can yell to the end of the moon, I'm coming to Atlanta, you big softy, this, that. You can you can go with anywhere you want to go, Nick. I'll be back in Atlanta in a few days, and I won't be looking for you. But I bet my life to a leaf, you won't come for fucking with me. I bet you that. I'm not Steven Jackson. I don't play tough. Dummy. In a time of mourning, when you're saying these type of things, and then he's a good orator, so he's like, oh, the black boy is weak, the black male is weak. They sit online and they worry about what people say all day. No. And that's what y'all need to understand. In a time of mourning, where he's grieving a death, and you're talking about that loved one on camera, you're disrespecting that loved one on camera. This is a high emotional time, so it should fall under inciting violence. Because you can turn a natural, normal Christian person into an unaliver based on your mouth, based on your words in that particular time. And I think people are starting to realize that now. So hopefully, and this turns into a law that gives you the freedom of speech. But when someone is unalive, it need to be a law that says you cannot incite violence. And getting on a rap song saying we smoking on such and such, we sipping a drink on such and such, you should be immediately arrested.
Somebody tell Kwame right now. He's still on YouTube. Tell him I got a show coming up in Atlanta in a few days.
Nigga, you wish you was still on YouTube. Them YouTube checks was great money for you, dummy. You wish you was still on YouTube. I guarantee you won't say Anton Daniels. You still on YouTube. dummy. You know how much money is made on YouTube, clown? Like, who do you think that's going to work on? But besides people that's not on YouTube, you know, the only people that say that you still on YouTube is the people that ain't making shit off YouTube. It's not my fault. YouTube dumb to get on YouTube and follow the guideline. It's not my fault. You got to put yourself at risk, travel all over the world, say all kind of outlandish things, and at some point it's gonna catch up with you. It's not my fault. That's what you put yourself in. But you don't know how to make no money. You had no business. You had no life. You had nothing before this. You had a story that you told white people, and they felt sympathy for you. I fell in the washing machine. When I was a kid, I was so small. I fell in the washing machine, and my eye came out, and I just had surgery. So white people felt sympathy for you. And they felt empathy for you. Now look at you talking. Do you think they're going to feel sympathy for you now? No. You big dummy. And half the black folks don't like you. You fall out with anybody you come in contact with. You disrespected Anton Daniels. But he's a businessman. He don't give a fuck about your sensitive ass, going crazy every time somebody says something you don't like. And no one cares about your mama joke. See, what happened to you, you're stuck in a time capsule. You went to jail as a child, so your brain is like a child. But you read books, so you're a little bit intelligent. But if you was really intelligent, you would know how to be a little more fluid in real life. You would know how to move in different spaces without causing a disturbance everywhere you go, boy. And see, you think these white boys are going to treat you like some of these Negroes and come up to you trying to fight you. See, these white guys, they're going to try to fight you. That's the thing you don't get. You done stepped into that quicksand. The stuff that you said, the next time somebody catch you down bad at a barbershop, they're not going to throw a punch at you. The next time they catch you on a comedy show and you throw a little microphone at them, they're not going to be throwing punches back at you. We all know what white boys throw at people that get disrespectful, especially ones like you. So we hope you've been training like you say you have. I've met you, and I know that you're not what you say you is. But we all going to see soon enough.
So I got a show coming up now with QCP, Lil Yachty out here. September 29th. I got a...
And that's supposed to mean something to me. This man naming other men's names, that's supposed to mean something to me? I got a show with this. I thought you don't care about celebrities. Why you naming celebrities? groupie love.
Interview with the podcast. St. Louis podcast. I got Big Bank. I got TV. 69 interview. Well, he's still talking. But I see he's sober now, though. I see he's sober.
You see I'm sober, but I see you drunk. And I'll have a glass of wine here and there. But yeah, I didn't drink 4 or 5 months. But you actually said that you didn't drink. And then we see you with a young girl that's not your wife running around here drinking out the bottle, drinking tequila. So we don't know what you are, sir. I think you the last guy that need to talk about who are on substances and things like that. You the last guy.
Low life, pathetic motherfucker with opinion. Broke motherfucker, always got an opinion. That's one thing about broke motherfucker, I always got an opinion.
Let's examine that. He said one thing about a broke motherfucker, they always got an opinion. Now, when you was in that overalls, you was a broke motherfucker. You said your wife had all the money. She make $20,000 a month. You was just supposed to be the good guy that don't cheat on his wife. Remember you used to go, yeah. Ain't no bumps on my lip. Remember you used to do that? Stick your fingers in your mouth. Ain't no bumps on my lip. Like the rappers. I don't cheat on my wife. I don't do this. I don't do that. Remember you used to say that, Charleston White? Because you tried to make it seem like there was a difference between you and everybody else with a moral standard. Remember you said that one-eyed tadpole? I remember you saying that. But it turns out nothing that you say is ever consistent because you know why? You go back to that little boy's mind. Oh, I was just playing the character. I was just playing. Men don't play all day long, boy. When are you going to grow up and be a man? You're going to call out celebrities for cheating on their wife and not being good for the community. And then it turns out you do everything that the celebrities do. Ain't that a bitch? You hypocritical punk.
Oh, Kwame is definitely getting in Charleston's ass right about now. But at the end of the day, it's all entertainment. But it's a lot of truth to what Kwame is saying.
You went to jail at what, 12, 11? When you went to jail? 13, 14? Huh? Them counselors was reading books with you, teaching you stuff because you was an angry little dummy, because you was mad about that eye? You wasn't like us. You not like us. That should be next to your face. You not like us. Now let's keep going. One-eyed. Well, I can't keep talking about that eye because he talked about my appearance. But if I keep talking about that eye, he's going to flag me. That's what they do. They cry. They talk all this tough stuff, then they flag me.
Opinions don't make no money. That's why they broke. And they got plenty of opinions. Oh, he been canceled. I don't think so. And guys like Kwame Brown. Kwame, we still ain't seen you with your kids. Kwame Brown, long as you've been on the internet talking, my guy, we still ain't seen you with your kids. I mean, you done watch my daughter graduated 15 years old, graduated from beauty school.
Why would this nigga assume that I'm watching his daughter graduate from school? This is supposed to be your response to what I said. This is supposed to be your comeback that we don't see your kids. This is called YouTube. I will advise anybody not to show their kids and their family and their loved ones, but you must ain't been watching close enough, and it's okay. Your vision is obstructed. So maybe you just didn't see my daughter the other day on my other channel. So your vision is obstructed. So I called you out for the hypocritical things that you say out of your mouth. And the fact that you didn't just discover the fact that white folks are hypocritical, because again, they used to depict us as animals and monkeys and aggressive gorillas in every movie. They used to depict our women as bed wenches and sluts and mammies. So we all are aware of white folks' hypocrisy. You participated, clown. So don't try to go on the revolutionary track. There's nothing revolutionary about what you're doing.
Come on, Kwame, we still ain't seen you with your kids. No family, no nothing. We ain't seen you do nothing out in the.
Did you say no family? Did you say no family? Oh, my boy. No family, huh? Oh, you want to go there? Okay. Okay. All right. Now, you ain't seen me with my family. You ain't seen me with no girl. Hold on. Let's keep going. I got to hear a little bit more of this. Let me hear a little bit more of this. I think this nigga, I think he done stepped in that quicksand. Let's hear one more line of this, because I heard this little part right here before.
Community, we ain't seen you do nothing. At least y'all got whole videos of me doing shit in the community, all kind of events. Kwame Brown, you ain't done nothing but talked on the internet. Not once have you got off you ain't seen you on your tractor, none of that. You just been online, huffing and puffing, whining and crying, waiting on a monthly YouTube check. We ain't seen you monetize nothing else outside of nothing else, Kwame Brown. You ought to shut the fuck up, boy. Cause remember.
All right, let's break this down with this little incel just said. See, the same old, these guys got the same. Why is it that everybody who talk about Kwame Brown, let me explain something to you guys. If your joke is that I was bad at doing something, but I made $66 million doing it, I'm never going to understand your joke. If your joke is Michael Jordan punked me and all this other stuff, but you wasn't there to witness it, I'm never going to understand your joke. I think those are the weakest jokes ever. But let's get into this here for a second. You said, hold on. You said you never seen me with my family. And you're right. I've seen you with your family. You are absolutely right. I've seen you with your family. I definitely seen you with your family. But it's just how you do your family, though. That's the only thing I don't understand. Now, which one is your family, though? Is it this one right here? Is this girl your family? Oh, let me call her. I got to see which one is your actual family. Because if you're going to talk about families, then we got to know what's going on here. See, because you say you be by yourself, but it looked like you be bodyguarded like a lady and always by a lady. So is this lady your family that's bodyguarding you? Because you always behind a woman.
It's not work. How do you pop root? What's the
Look at him, y'all. A man standing behind a woman once again. This is the manly man. Talk all this shit online, stands behind whatever woman he got. These women more gully than you, boy. You supposed to say, baby, I said what I said. I'm going to stand on what I said. You got all these people out here trying to protect you for your little small pipsqueak mouth, boy. And you behind a woman. You talking about family, and you talk as if these girls are anything. I guarantee you this girl is a dancer or somebody that's not. I guarantee you she don't. I'm not trying to disrespect this woman, but I guarantee you she ain't no classy lady dealing with a nigga like you. But again, you said a lot. So you talked about family. So is this your family?
Doing something on the camera. Show him doing something on camera.
Let's do it.
Show him doing something on camera.
Get it going.
If you record me,
Let's
show
do
him
it.
doing
Let's
something.
get it going.
Man, you wanted to
Let's do
record
it.
you do something, man.
I'm recording.
Oh man, standing there letting his homeboy do the talking. He ain't saying nothing. You ain't said a damn word yet, Charlie boy. This is a community activist that every time he go in a community, he got to get bodyguarded by a woman.
This may be the best back and forth that I've seen with Charleston White in a while. Normally, Charleston chews people up, spits them out, but for Kwame to expose all the wrongs that he's been doing while Charleston's been ridiculing everybody else for the wrongs that they do, I see it a little ironic. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go watch the full video on Kwame Brown's channel. I love you guys. It's positivity, good vibes. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. We out.